Pilates instructor and owner of Core Community Pilates Studio in Kitsilano, British Columbia, Mira Lutsky is committed to Pilates. Her studio, Core Community, was founded in 2020, and having attended a class there myself, I can attest that it is a stunning, intimate, modern studio. I'm excited to talk with Mira today about Pilates and all the amazing mind and body benefits it has to offer. Welcome, Mira. For those that aren't overly familiar with Pilates, what is Pilates?
So Pilates was actually founded by Joseph Pilates and his original creation starting 1920, so over 100 years old. And it's obviously adapted throughout time, but I would say basically it is fitness-based exercises that really help you move functionally and feel good and feel kind of the way that your body was supposed to feel. So kind of getting back to that, all about mobility and strength, a little bit of flexibility, of course, but it's not heavy flexibility. But we use apparatus and we use the mat as well to really find that optimal movement for every body.
In some classes I've taken in the past, I'm always amazed at some of the elderly people that come walking in, 80s, 90s, totally upright, their body's all stretched out and elongated, and they've been active Pilates participants for decades. So you can see why it works.
Absolutely. It's so cool to see.
So what is the difference, again, for those that aren't that familiar with Pilates, between Pilates and yoga?
Yeah, so we hear that all the time, and we kind of joke, people come in, oh, isn't that just yoga? The biggest difference is the equipment. So the equipment we have here is kind of based on Joseph Pilates' original inventions from like the 30s, 40s on. It's all resistance based. So you have that resistance to build strength, but you also have assistance when you feel like you need a little bit of extra help to actually do an exercise. For example, a plank, sometimes just on the floor, that can be really hard, but the reformer helps find modifications and ways to still build a lot of strength and maybe challenge the muscles that will help you find a perfect plank on the floor one day.
Well, you're bringing me to my next question, which was about all the Pilates tools. Do you have any there you could show us?
We call our smaller equipment props. So I have a few here. The first one is the Magic Circle. Magic Circle, again, is great for mat Pilates too, right? Because you don't have that assistance or resistance. So this can really help you work the smaller muscles while also working more of the global muscles doing body weight exercises.
Right.
We use bands. So we have different weights. Right now I have medium and extra heavy here, but we have light and all the bands. So depending on your level, we put these around the legs, around the arms. And you know what? People use them in mat Pilates and it can be super beneficial. And in equipment Pilates, it just spices up. And we use the squish ball all the time. It's the best way to work inner thighs, same as the Magic Circle. And just a great way to really support the pelvis and work abdominals, and we love it.
What should somebody be prepared for prior to attending a Pilates class?
The most important advice I give new clients and people trying it out for the first time is just to really be open to maybe getting a little bit of feedback, learning about your body, maybe something that you haven't thought of or didn't know about your body, kind of like in physio, where sometimes it's a little humbling to learn these things about your body, but it's the best way to improve, to really get that critique and knowledge about your own body and where you can grow and maybe places that you need to work on a little bit more and find that kind of mind-body connection.
What if you've never done Pilates before? Can you just drop into any class, or, is there a certain protocol? Should you take a private lesson first to learn? Like, I know that there's a lot of people are intimidated about trying it because they, never done it. What are your thoughts?
So at our studio, you do not need to take a private before you come. You can come right into a foundation class, which is kind of our entry-level beginning class. It's not easy, but it's definitely a little bit slower, more instruction. If you're feeling scared or nervous, which is okay, I definitely would suggest a private just to feel comfortable and get acquainted. And different studios have different policies. Some studios want to make sure that clients feel safe on the equipment before going into group classes. Here we have a maximum of 5 people, so the instructor can really make sure everyone feels safe and comfortable.
Great. So do you want to show us some moves, some maneuvers on your equipment?
Love that. So I'll take you on a quick little tour and we can look at the different pieces of equipment. Okay. And then our general manager and Pilates instructor extraordinaire, Allison, is going to do a couple exercises, maybe 1 or 2, and just kind of show you some different pieces of equipment. So welcome to the studio here. As you can see, we have reformers for each client, and we also have a chair for each client. We have springboards on the wall, which were originally set up before COVID. So right now we're not using them in classes unless there are only 3 people. That way we can ensure social distancing. And then behind us here, we have all of those beautiful props we were talking about, big prop wall, which is awesome. So the instructor usually has the props laid out before class, and then we'll put them away after class. So you don't have to worry about grabbing your own props. And this is Allison. And Allison here is going to demonstrate a step up. So like we spoke about before, it has assistance. So it's going to help her go really slow and really find that beautiful movement and correct movement to target the glutes, balance, stability. And there's just so many variations. We can do this in an external rotation, targeting different muscles in the glutes. As well, we can do a side version too.
Amazing.
To target really inner thighs. And again, of course, the glutes, but really the whole stability in the full body stability. So it's amazing. There's never ending exercises. We always come up with something new and fun and keep it creative. And then next I'll show you the reformer. So here Allison is now on the reformer. As you see, we have balanced body, and she's using spring tension to help her move super slow, building all the muscles that will help, again, like for a mat Pilates or a yoga class. Perfect form, as you can see, obviously, lots of experience. So many fun variations we can do. Allison, what's your favorite exercise?
Probably legs and straps.
Okay, let's see what legs and straps. So when a client comes in, we always say, put your legs and straps in there. What are you talking about? But straps is the best feeling in the world. And I can attest to that. My Pilates for Men class, it's always their request. It's just a great way to be able to have your legs over your head and have them lifted without feeling like your hip flexors are gripping, without feeling like you have to hold your legs up. And you can work the back of the legs, inner thighs, outer thighs. And it just feels amazing to get that mobility into the hips, which is challenging to find. I actually was told once the only other exercise or fitness activity where you get that type of mobility is swimming. It's kind of mimicking that, which is awesome for people who don't get to go in the pool every day and do their breaststroke and whatnot. And the props are so great to make Pilates more accessible to people at home, but to be honest, nothing feels as good as the reformer does or the equipment does. It's really a supportive feeling.
Well, thank you so much, Mira. Your studio is absolutely gorgeous. Core Community is where you want to be in the Kitsilano area. I can attest, it is stunning. And the staff are wonderful. And thanks for showing us some of your equipment and giving us a really great walkthrough on all things Pilates, just to clear up some of the mystery around it. So
yeah, thank you so much for having me and giving me this platform to explain a bit more about Pilates. And yeah, hopefully people can experience it themselves, the magic of Pilates.